Hi Cole, did you enjoy the palace?
I didn't understand the grand ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What did you think of the masks?
What masks?
The masks. Everyone had them on their faces.
Those weren't their faces.
Well, to him, he doesn't really... Because he can see past people. A mask is just a decoration for him.
I'll talk to you later.
If you like. She's still behind the curtains in the reading room, watching the blood pool on the floor.
Oh god, okay,
I'll
Cole.
talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Did you got any more of those?
It wasn't blood in the bath, fingers on the scalp, intimate, and then the moment is gone.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
If you like.
Yeah, Cole, just hang in there. And, yeah. He was starting to become more human, and literally the first thing that happens is he goes to that ball where people do the most
We'll make good use of it.
annoyingly human things as possible. Not saying what you really mean. All that stuff. Oh, did she save a bottle for me? Was that new? That might not be new. Cole.
You've been skittish for days. What's up your crawl?
My what? It's nothing.
It's just the figures we are courting, the power at play.
You're still on about the champion. That's over and done.
See?
The
What did
people
I
on
tell
whom
you?
history pivots. Their influence is felt even in their absence.
Right. Were you a philosopher or something useless like that?
Something like that.
Useless philosophers.
Good day.
Krem, get off the chair, by the way. You should be sitting on that, not standing. Cassandra? Wait, there's something else going on here. Surgeon. Oh, hold on, Cassandra. What's happening here?
I wonder what it is that gives Grey Wardens their legendary skill and stamina. I should like to study one. Would that fine fellow I've seen in your company consent to a careful examination? Have you heard of the new procedures coming out of Orlais? A hole drilled into the skull will cure most ailments. Imagine not to be dependent on magic.
Wait, you're just telling me stuff?
Somewhat off color today, Inquisitor? An excess of bile, perhaps.
Oh,
Might I bleed you or offer a herbal tonic?
You're gonna bleed me? Oh, it's just a surgeon that usually hangs around by the camp, but for some reason she's standing here today. Oh, because we moved the... Oh, I've never been to this room either. This is the where they move the people needing rest. Who has a quest for me?
Oh, my maker, you cannot imagine how many letters I've received about the fracas at Halam Shiral. Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut, although it is yet bewildering at the center.
There are problems coming out of Halam Shiral.
There are always problems from Halam Shiral. We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
Okay.
How's it going? Do we have what we need?
With Skyhold shining like a beacon? You name it, it's here or on the way. I've wrung out the slackers, given them what for. I think I like this job.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor.
Negotiate a deal for weapons plans. Alright. Oh yeah, so about the whole, like, picking specialization, honestly it's been so long, I feel like I'll just pick Knight Enchanter. Just by process of elimination, because we still don't have 3 Venatori Tome, I have 2, I think? No, I have 1. I have 1. And the Navaran skulls, I don't even know where they come from. I don't have a single one? I thought maybe I had. Actually... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where to find these things. And so, let's just say that the way of the Knight Enchanter chose me, because for that long, that's been the only one that's been available to me. We'll go talk to the trainer in a sec.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
I'm not even Andrastian.
The fun never ends in Skyhold, does it?
The Inquisitor was hilarious. That's what they'll say one day, you watch. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next Divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
That would piss me off.
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
I'm not Andrastian.
If they'll pick non-priests, why am I not a candidate?
That's true, though.
Because you're a mage, first and foremost. If they name you a candidate, they may as well join the Tevinter Imperium. Truly, though, I imagine it's because they're frightened of you. A weight such as yours would break the Sunburst throne and tear the Chantry to pieces. I just don't know why they believe Leliana or I would be any better.
How would they explain my lack of candidacy if I was a human non-mage? Because I'm sure even if I wasn't a mage, the elf thing would be a problem. Even if that wasn't a problem, the non-Andrastian part would be a problem. But what if I were a Andraste believing human who is not a mage? What then, huh? Oh, if I'm a man. Okay, if I'm a woman. If I'm a woman who is like all that. What do they say then? She can't refuse because at the bottom of her heart she sees their logic and she understands why she's being chosen as a candidate. I wonder if she'd be perfect. I feel like Cassandra is the kind of person who has ability. She can probably do anything given to her to some degree of competency. It's not going to be what she enjoys. It's not going to be her forte, but I think she'd be doing it fine. And I wonder if I should give her the freedom to refuse, which I don't think she will, or give her encouragement here.
I think you'd make an excellent divine.
Truly? I never look good in hats. Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
But it does.
I'm surprised to hear you of all people say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
I really don't like this phrase. You see this come up in social media all the time by people who are trying to talk down to other people. I really, really don't like this phrase. It's not the same here because we're just talking about the Chantry and not a person specifically, but
Many extraordinary things have happened to get us to this point.
I'm not so certain. I think it has been a long time coming. Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
again, goes back to how the Chantry is an interpretation of Andraste. It is not Andraste's teachings directly. That's the divide between these things is why people like Varric, who are Andrastian, don't care about the Chantry.
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no. That is what I would change.
That doesn't sound bad, but I also feel like that was already the original definition of Templar, to protect the mages, not jailers. But in actuality, that's not what happened.
You're not the only candidate. What about Liliana?
Liliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy, but she and I remember a different person. Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Liliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think, and that would be chaos for us all.
We have to pick, don't we? It's gonna fall to me again. I like what you said just now. I don't know what Liliana's platform is. Starting all over? Well, this can't be the only decider. I'm just telling her that this option is available.
I have influence, and I can use it to help the Chantry make up its mind.
I cannot ask you to do that.
You don't have to.
If you think that is the right thing to do, then thank you. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
She's not against becoming the Divine, but she has things she wants to do too. Support Cassandra. Operation. Okay, so that might be one I want to put off. Yeah, because I guess whoever we support, let's maybe talk to Liliana a little bit before we decide on that.
What do you need, my friend?
Oh, yes.
So, you're a candidate for Divine now?
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why should what I want matter?
Are you following the Coon now?
Why shouldn't it matter? Don't you have the right to be happy?
It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself. So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
You should prioritize yourself a little bit more, because if you don't prioritize yourself, nobody else will. But that's the kind of thinking that makes you a good Divine, I agree. I don't think I need to encourage her that much, though.
There are other ways you can change things.
Perhaps. I may not have a choice in the matter if the Chantry clerics pick another.
Do you have any advice for me?
It seems that Corypheus searches for elven artifacts. That's hardly surprising. Tevinter power is based on what those vultures scavenged from the ancient elves. Whatever advantage he hopes to gain, we need to stop him at once.
Yeah.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
I'm supposed to be worrying about Corypheus, but now you've put this in my head, that I should be worrying about the next Divine and all that too. Cassandra. Yeah, we'll table that for a little bit, and we'll see. Specialization trainers! Which one was the Knight Enchanter one again? Your trainer? That was the Tevinter guy, I think. It was you.
You have completed the order, learned something of my way. A small step. Now you must choose to commit to the role, to the burden of command. Are you willing?
I already committed to the burden of command since the hole opened up in the sky. That's fine.
I am ready to listen and learn, Commander.
Then you are a recruit no more. All will see your rightful place. Come, the battlefield awaits. Knight Enchanter.
Alright, cool. And that means the other two disappeared? Yup. Yeah. It chose me. It literally chose me. I don't know why that was the only one I could complete based off the way I was going around. I mean, I was going all over the map, okay? I wasn't missing that much stuff, but still I never found those other items, which isn't a big deal, I suppose. But that means I can never talk to your trainer. I can never talk to this guy again. That makes me a little bit sad. I can't even talk to you again.
To save lives. What could be more important?
Can we give them beds? They're just laying on the ground like they're... Oh my god, they look dead. Disturbing. Cullen, Cullen, Cullen! I think that's the only person we're missing. Cullen, my man. How you doing? Are you doing okay with the whole Lyrium? Oh god, how was the palace for you? Ah, so many people were harassing you. Oh, you're here. What? That was fast.
You served with...
Yes.
Of course.
Guess just chilling out?
We'll continue your training in your off hours.
You got here faster than I did. Hey, Cullen.
I wanted to thank you. When you came to see me, if there's anything... This sounded much better in my head.
I trust you're feeling better?
Yes.
Is it always that bad?
The pain comes and goes. Sometimes I feel as if I'm back there. I should not have pushed myself so far that day.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I am. I've never told anyone what truly happened to me at Ferelden's Circle. I was... not myself after that. I was angry. For years, that anger blinded me. I'm not proud of the man that made me. Now I can put some distance between myself and everything that happened. It's a start.
It takes time. That sort of thing takes time. I guess we're not locked in yet properly.
You're a better person than you give yourself credit for.
I appreciate the thought, but I know who I am. Anyway, I meant to thank you, not trouble you further. You've enough to worry about. How are you holding up?
Cullen, a lesser person would not even think of all these things, okay? So you're being too hard on yourself. This is a big, vulnerable moment. Well, he's vulnerable with me as well about the Lyrium stuff.
Honestly, I'm terrified. So many people depend on us, on me. Corypheus is still out there.
We've made great strides. Do not doubt yourself, or the Inquisition just yet. If there's anything I can do, you have only to ask.
Thank you, Cullen. You took me to a completely different part of the castle. Where the heck? Oh, yeah, this place is gigantic. Yeah. Okay, good. I think we've roughly talked to everybody now. Let's head out again. Shall we? I don't know, where the hell are we? This place is just massive. Cullen, you took me like 5 maps away.
You are well regarded.
I'm sure I'd be more appreciative if I knew your history.
Perhaps, perhaps not.
So whoever I pick just ends up in this room? Do I have to train in this room with Cullen?
I'd be perfectly happy never again setting foot in the Winter Palace. It wasn't the gossip and backstabbing, I know what the game entails, but the indifference to it all.
I didn't care for it myself.
I shouldn't be surprised. The Chantry can be the same. Their politics are less extravagant, but just as heated. The Empress rules a country. The Divine influences half a continent.
That's crazy when you think about it like that.
May I ask you something?
Of course.
Wow, these are like deep philosophical questions that we may not want to ask in front of other people.
Do you think Templars should cease to exist?
No. I may have chosen to leave that life, but I respect those who remain. Magic ungoverned could tear the world apart. It's doing so now. Templars are trained and able to confront such dangers.
What would you suggest?
Some call the Circle a prison that can only breed resentment. Perhaps opportunities to work outside the Circle. A mixed military service or healers' clinics with Templar support. And there must be a safer way for Templars to leave. Templars can lose their memories to Lyrium. Some call it a gift, to forget the failed harrowings, the demons. Some atrocities haunt me still. But to lose what good I can recall, I nearly lost my mind once. It is no gift.
A lot of ideas, we won't know until we put them into action.
Do you think that could work? Would people accept it?
Mages would be watched, but could pursue interests outside the Circle. Neither freedom nor prison. I don't know.
Yeah.
You've mentioned siblings. With everything that's happening, do you know if they're all right?
I've received word from my eldest sister. She was always good at tracking me down. South Reach has experienced the same chaos as everywhere else. My family is fine. Pray they remain so.
You wrote back, right?
Your sister tracked you down. She didn't know where you were.
I let her know I was in Haven. She assumed I survived. It's not the first time. I may have neglected to tell her when I was transferred to Kirkwall.
Why?
I wasn't in a good state. I wanted only to leave. I received an angry letter about my disappearance 2 years later. For all her reprimands, it was a relief to hear from someone who knew me before the Blight.
So keep in contact then, it's your family. Keep those connections.
The Inquisition won't last forever. What will you do when this is over?
To be honest, I hadn't given it much thought until recently. I'm not used to having so many possibilities.
You still regret the man you became after leaving Ferelden?
After the Ferelden Circle, I thought all mages were like the ones there. Knight Commander Meredith's methods were harsh, but they kept people safe.
You said Meredith was unstable.
She was my Knight Commander. I had no reason to distrust her. She wasn't wrong about the Blood Mages in Kirkwall. Meredith encouraged my anger towards the mages. There was only so far I would go, and she knew that too. I was her second in command. She kept decisions from me, those I would question. I believed she was serving the city. I never thought to question her, not until it was too late.
But at least you had a line that you wouldn't cross, because some other Templars didn't. They would just blindly listen completely.
I hope you find the Inquisition's leadership more agreeable.
I am confident you will see us through to the end. The Inquisition is my chance to atone. I will not see it fail.
We haven't had to make many tough choices in terms of, I don't know, getting people killed and all that.
That's all I wanted to know.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Yeah, alright. Okay. Yeah, everybody seems to be doing good. We need time to recover from the madness that was the ball. So let's recover by doing some war missions. Yay! And then we'll probably head out in the same breath. How are you, by the way, Gatsy?
Stone mad, Inquisitor.
I haven't found all the mosaic. Oh!
Another time.
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
This is the first time I've actually seen it on the wall. Wow, I found way less than I thought. Are there more elsewhere? This is the only... I found way more than that, didn't I? I found 9 for hinterlands at least. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna find them all. These ones seem really annoying. They're not marked, and they shouldn't be because I don't want to think about them. But then the effect is that I don't want to think about them. The hinterlands is massive. Finding them would be such a pain. Josephine, you doing all right?
I was hoping you'd be by. We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Nevada. For both monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
Then the Inquisition's deeds have won their respect.
They'd never have contacted us otherwise. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a venatory cult on the Nevaran-Tevinter border. King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
They are demanding a lot of things.
What sort of man is the King of Navarra?
At this point, elderly. Many fear his health will soon fail him. Still, he is a Pentagast. Their dynasty is exceptionally strong in Navarra.
We have a Pentagast at home, it's fine.
As a Pentagast, will Cassandra be upset if we don't help her relatives?
No.
With all respect to Sigar Pentagast, her interest in politics is best described as thin.
That's fine then.
Why is the ruler of Tevinter turning on the Venatori?
He has little reason to love them. Archon Redanus has rightly identified Corypheus as competition. Few monarchs relish a self-styled god showing up to claim their throne.
But the optics of us helping Tevinter... Remember how we sent the guy over there and we bolstered their camps so that they're just harassing Tevinter Imperium from right outside? You know, the guy from Falomire? Wait, I just asked this, didn't I?
Tell me about Redanus.
Like most Tevinter rulers, he's heir to an ancient bloodline, politically shrewd, and a highly skilled mage. Rumor also claims he has an incredibly soft spot for cats.
Oh! Okay, so he's a good person then.
What course of action would you take if you were in my place?
Strained as their relationship with Orle is, I would assist the Imperium.
Wow.
Their friendship is difficult to win, and Marcus is a fading power. Tevinter is the longer, richer gain.
I don't know why we would have an ambassador here if we don't listen to her advice. Makes sense, because the King of Navarra is old and dying and not much power, but the optics of helping Tevinter... We're not helping the Venatori, they're helping us with the Venatori. They want to destroy the Venatori. Common goals, something something, okay.
Tell the Archon the Inquisition will do Tevinter the favor of wiping out the Venatori on its borders.
Very good, Inquisitor. We'll inform him at once.
Oh, that's an influence. I thought it would be a war mission.
Yes?
Ooh.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
Do you see that? Let's talk about us, Josephine says. Or we say.
A pleasure.
How far do your roots go back to Orlais?
Very far. The Montiliers used to have vast holdings in Val Royaux itself. I wish I could have seen them, especially the ones bearing the family crest. The original crest design was abandoned when we were exiled from the city. I've always wanted to find a copy.
Can we find it for her?
Has our being together set any tongues wagging?
Undoubtedly. A rumor already gave you a dozen suitors the moment you took your title.
Who were these rumors pairing me with?
I can only speak to what was whispered in several courts.
Josephine.
To begin with, Cassandra, Leliana, Cullen, Dorian.
Oh my god.
Giselle, Enchanter Fiona, Chancellor Roderick, 3 Rs, 2 Counts, and some man named Philip. Honestly, I don't think he even exists.
Who the hell is Philip? Oh, okay, so we're not committed yet. Okay, I'm not that crazy, okay? I'm not gonna go around playing with people like that.
Why was Liliana so set against us being together, Josephine?
Think nothing of it. She'd disapprove of anyone I chose to keep serious company with. Back in Val Royaux, Liliana was practically my older sister.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. She's just being an overprotective sister. What? Oh god, no! Oh.
So you two never had a romantic history together?
A romantic... You did hear me say Liliana was like a sister to me. She's a most dear friend, and nothing more.
I'm not jealous, I'm just asking. You guys had that party where something about underpants. I remember, so I was just asking. What is this?
I thought we might go somewhere a little more private for a while.
Again?
I have so much to do, but... Oh, let's do. after you.
I'm a bad influence on her. Oh, we can't find the family crest. Oh, so this is just an excuse to see the cutscene again. Okay, so we can use this as a fast travel to the garden. Oh my god, we're gonna see Morgan every time after this. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Hi.
I imagine your forces will be heading into the Arbor Wilds very soon, Inquisitor. Trust me when I say that wherever the Alluvian is hidden, it is worth any effort to prevent Corypheus from acquiring it.
We'll do it in the next 50 hours. Within the next 50 hours. Oh, I didn't ask you about the Inquisition.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. A web of favors has wrapped every noble family in southern Thedas around your fingers. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
At the end of the day, what makes Thedas great again, indirectly, will be Corypheus.
We have to defeat him first. Then I'll worry about what's next.
Should that happen, the world will lie at your feet, more or less. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
Maybe we gotta do the thing where we disband, just like the old Inquisition.
I'll leave you to the garden.
As you like.
Okay, war table. Keep getting distracted. War table, please. Is anything growing? Whatever. I don't even use Black Lotus anyway.
Worship?
You guys don't have any more new gossip? Wow, there's just like an entire... What? I don't even know what animal that is. Like a pig? It doesn't look like a pig, but it's just sitting here. No one's eating it. Alright guys, sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked by, oh, this is gonna be... I'm a bad influence on Josephine. Just her sitting there, I'm like, hey, you wanna spend some time together? She's like, I have a lot of work to do, but okay. And then I see her every single time I go to the war table. Us being together is bad for the productivity of the Inquisition. Probably. Defeat Marquis Buffon. Inquisitor, Marquis Buffon has been killed along with Lady Legasp and her Venatori allies. Thanks to Sister Liliana's scouts, we were able to gain covert entry into the fortress, although the Venatori still managed to use their magic against Grey Wardens to significant effect. I regret to inform you that after recent actions, the Grey Wardens have suffered too many losses to be of any further assistance. The last warriors died fighting for the Inquisition in good faith. I have sent their personal effects to Weishaupt. Song of the Marshes. Thank you, Grey Wardens. Thank you. All that glitters. There was a bit of fight at the time, with bandits apparently, and not even Darkspawn. I'm pleased to report that the Darkspawn were cut down with relative ease. We've set up an outpost and recruited locals to begin mining the gold once again. Indeed, I'm told they're more than happy to do so. Now that they're being protected, we found some useful equipment in the bandit cache, and any efforts to gather coin at Skyhold will now be much easier. Good thing I do that very often. Yay! Oh, there's so many new ones. Delicate negotiations. The talks between Ferelden and Orlais took place in Jader, and it was not easy to keep matters from spiraling out of control. King Alistair is no diplomat, after all, and had little patience for the endless fanfare. Thankfully, the Orlesians are uninterested in more war, and we were able to smooth the way toward an eventual peace treaty. The king sent along a sword that once belonged to the Ferelden hero King Cullen had, as thanks for what the Inquisition helped create. Alistair, I wish we could talk to him a little bit more, but he seems to be growing into the role quite okay. Good to see. Good to see. Annexing Kirkwall. Wait, hold up. This one here that we looked at before? Protect Clan Lavellan? Josephine says, let's talk to people. No, I say we send an army. This is a long one, though.
All right.
And then this one, annexing Kirkwall. The worst of the Mage Rebellion is now past. However, the mage who started it all, who destroyed the Chantry in Kirkwall and murdered Grand Cleric Elfinna and dozens of innocent faithful, is still at large. The fanatic Anders must be brought to justice. Though he may no longer be in the city, it is still home to many of his known associates. I thus resolved to invade Kirkwall to locate Anders. Who is this? Oh. But Starkhaven's annexation of this notoriously troubled city has not proceeded as planned. The city's resistance opposes me. They forget that I do this for the good of the city and for all the free marches. As a staunch ally of the Inquisition, I entreat support for this endeavor, that Kirkwall may be brought under control before more innocents are harmed. I don't think so. Cullen says no, we're not doing that. Yeah, the prince wants to get at anybody. We can go talk to Aveline so that we can break Sebastian's resolve, send him running back to Starkhaven. We have a chance to end this to our advantage. Aveline can back down in the face of our overwhelming force. If we bolster Sebastian with the Inquisition agents as his advisors, we can keep him from doing more damage. What does that mean specifically? That sounds like we still want to annex Kirkwall? I fear the diplomatic ramifications of having our soldiers seen as part of a conquering army. Let us tell the prince that the Inquisition has no one to spare. After the destruction of Haven, who would blame us? That's doing nothing. This is actively infiltrating Sebastian's ranks. This is Cullen. I might prefer Cullen on this one. I'm somewhat amused to see that every single person here thinks it's stupid though. Because Sebastian is like wasting resources, doing stupid things, while Corypheus is still at large. Okay, whatever, man. Let's see. Trust. Well, let's do some easy ones. Gift from the Imperial Palace. My dear Ambassador, Marquis Briala and I wish to convey our fondest wishes to the Inquisitor and all the Inquisition. Although I hope to pay a state visit to Skyhold in the near future, I fear the work of restoring what Gaspard has damaged requires too much of my time at present. My dear Marquise has, however, found a suitable means of showing our appreciation. Her friends found evidence of a Venatori plot against a Navarran nobleman. Oh, okay. Count Octavian. She believes they intend to ambush him on the road as he rides into Navarran City to meet with King Marcus. Relations between Navarra and Orlais have never been friendly, and my interference would be taken badly. You, on the other hand, could warn the Count. About that, we just took the Tevinter side over the Navarrans. Not sure about that. Deprive the Venatori of their victim, and win support for the Inquisition in Navarra in a single stroke. This is Josephine only.
At your service.
Good. I don't want to think. Give me some easy ones. So we want one for Liliana. Liliana... Oh, I can't dance. That must be a Josephine one too. This is the Alliance. Yeah, I'll do Cullen for this one as well, just to stay with the whole not making the daughter get married thing. Find the old Montelier family crest. Oh, surprisingly, Liliana only. Very short time. Josephine has always wanted a copy of her ancestral family crest, from before the Monteliers were exiled from Orlais. Track one down for her. A surprise for Josephine, of course. I know antiquarians from the court who might help. She's so eager. It's not even related to Corypheus.
Inquisitor.
Pretty short one though. I feel like, you know what? Let's read a few codexes while we're here. And then hopefully by the time we're done reading, we can do a new one and then go off to something else. 17 minutes of codex reading. Alright, good. Let's read a little bit. Catch up. Stay up to date. Let's do groups. Talvashoth. Our wagon was traveling from the port village to one of the larger cities when they fell upon us. They shrieked like beasts. Their facial markings were savage and nonsensical, their brutal weapons chipped and uncared for, and they stank of unwashed sweat as they charged. The Talvashoth snarled as they fought. One of the workers was bitten. The guards cut them down with blades until they fled, then finished the rest with arrows. We followed their trail into the forest and found their camp. There were women, hunched over and cowering as no women should be, filthy children, thin and underfed, and corpses. I will always remember the corpses. There were more Talvishoth as well, and the guards cut them down. As they disarmed the last Talvishoth, one guard asked him why he lived like this, why he acted in this manner. The Talvishoth looked him in the eye and said, "I deny the Kun." Then he threw himself upon the guard's blade. I have questioned the Kun. I believe many of us have, although we do not admit it to each other. But when I saw that rage in the Talvishoth warrior's eyes, when I saw the horrible savagery that the Kun alone holds in check, I knew where I belonged. I am not a perfect Kunari, but I know my place and my purpose. I am content. Kunari worker in Kirkwall. Whenever we talk about Talvishoth, the first Kunari that comes up in my mind is always that one mage, the Sarabas, who his lips, I still remember his lips were sealed, the one from Dragon Age 2, and it's a horrifying image. Kunari dreadnoughts. You think it's hard to fight the Kunari on land? You've never had to face them on open water. No wind, sails hanging limp, but those giant bastards keep coming. We'd always mock the Kunari for their mindless servitude, but we saw their discipline as they steadily closed, their oars in perfect form, even as our galley slaves flagged and faltered. They pulled aside, their great ship twice the length of ours, and we drew steel, ready for them to board. Instead, a great series of blasts rocked the waves, spewing smoke everywhere. Iron balls the size of a man's head flew, as though fired from a bow. They ripped through hull, mast, and sailor alike. Our ship came apart like a child's toy. I'd have died in the water had a trading ship not come by to investigate the wreckage. That was the day I learned that although the Imperium might win the war against the Kunari on land, it will never defeat them at sea. It was also the day I decided to try life as a merchant's guard. Well, they're not unsinkable, we know that much. Tevinter Society. To those outside of the Tevinter Imperium, it is easy to imagine a society filled with mages and elven slaves and little else. In truth, there are 3 different Tevinters, each of them a world completely separated from others. There are the mages, the land's nobility, completely obsessed with competing for supremacy with each other, almost to the exclusion of paying any heed to the nation's enemies, such as the Kunari. The well-bred Atlas sneer at the Latents, who in turn sneer at the Praetari. They vie for dominance in the Magisterium, where factions shift and flow on a daily basis with deadly consequences, requiring every family to put on a veneer of perfect citizenship or face scandal and censure. Then there are the so-called Soperati, the Sleepers. These are the non-magical citizens who vastly outnumber the mages, yet are beholden to their whims. Many are resentful of the status, plotting in secret, even as they secretly hope their children will possess magical talent, an enticing lure, since the talent could conceivably show up in anyone, even a slave. It would be easy to forget that Tevinter possesses a massive class of publicans, the civil servants and leaders of the legionnaires. It has an enormous merchant class, enough teeming poor to drown any other nation in Thedas, and the shadowy thieves called Presumptor, who are practically treated with respect. And then there are the slaves. One would think they, at least, see each other as equals, but it is not so. The divide between the freed liberati, those who act as personal servants to magisters, those who work on farms and factories, and the servus publicus, who do all the tasks proper citizens will not, it is all but insurmountable, but perhaps in emulation of those who own them. The imperial slaves will connive and scheme to try anyhow. Outsiders might see it as futile, but to Tevinter citizens, their nation's social classes are the most mutable and rewarding of merit in all of Thedas. So I guess Fenris would be freed liberati, personal servants to magisters. Alright. The Avars. Driven across the Frostbacks in ancient times, the Alamari tribesmen split into 3 groups. One settled the Ferelden Valley, one was pushed into the Korkari Wilds, and the last returned to the mountains. Modern Fereldans bear little resemblance to their Alamari ancestors, and the Chasen remember few of their traditions, but the Avar have changed little throughout the ages. Like the Chasen, the Avar are not a united people. Each tribe fends for itself and is beholden only to its Thane. They still follow their own gods, Korth, the Mountain Father. That was the guy who took out his heart. Haken, Winter's Breath, the Lady of the Skies, as well as dozens of animal gods, never named to outsiders. Nothing lasts in the mountains. Wind and rain eventually eat away the strongest holds. Valleys that were arable one generation are locked in year-round ice the next. Game is constantly on the move. Even among themselves, the Avar make no absolute promises. They wed by a tradition in which the groom struggles to untie a tightly knotted rope, while the bride sings a hymn to one of the gods. However many knots he has undone by the time her song ends is the number of years she will spend with him. Oh wow. Lowlanders often forget that there is no such thing as a permanent alliance in the Frostbacks. Wow. How many knots undone is how many years she'll spend? So they all end up... Eventually they all get divorces then? How many knots can you do? Can you undo? A hymn would be like, what, maybe 3 minutes I'll give it? The Carta. The casteless dwarves of Orzammar have few prospects. Consigned to live in a crumbling ruin on the social and economic fringes of the mighty dwarven capital, most resort to begging, prostitution, or crime. Just as all rivers eventually join the sea, all casteless who turn to crime eventually become part of the Carta. The hero of Ferelden decimated the ranks of this ancient gang while rallying the dwarves to join in the battle against the archdemon Urthemiel. Unable to recover the power they once had in Orzammar, they turned their attention topside, using groups of surface-dwelling dwarves to smuggle weapons, lyrium, surface luxuries, people, and other goods between Orzammar and human lands. Despite the flow of business, its members are still desperate and violent. With no strong leader to rein in their excesses, they have little sense of dwarven honor and freely break their word, double-cross allies, and renege on deals. Now we got a good few more. Are we good? Not yet. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a sec because I'm tired. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Yay! Find the old Montelier family crest. Dear Inquisitor, I had no idea the Herald of Andraste was a fellow collector. I have made your wishes known to the most reputable shops in Val Royeaux. If Lady Montelier's old family crest is to be found anywhere, they are the ones to divine its whereabouts. May you have the best of luck. If there are any objects in your possession you may wish to part with, do not hesitate to write to me again. I have a wonderful collection of Storm Age Ravani marriage seals coming in this winter, and I'd be delighted to discuss their history should you ever find yourself in Ghislaine. Humbly yours, Marquis Pelanthes. That reminds me of that one chapter in the Varric's book about how there was that one lady who was really good at reading seals. But does that mean I didn't get it yet though? Did I get it? That doesn't sound like I got it. Truth or Dare the Endgame. I need to start a new one for Liliana. Investigating Ancient Laboratory? Nightingale. The last Venatori have left the Ancient Laboratory in the wake of the Inquisitor's attack. We can be sure that secrets have been left behind. Those of the Venatori, the Ancient Vinters, or both, we should not allow the desert to bury them. There are Chantry scholars eager to see these ruins. Oh yeah, that's... this is interesting, but there could be traps. Yeah, I'll just do that.
Inquisitor.
Especially since Josephine's busy. Josephine? I think we got your crests? I'm not sure. Let me check. Search in Val Royeaux's shops? Oh, I still gotta do it on my own. I see. I see. Wait, is it here? Inner circle? Of course, all of Josephine's ones are gonna be like doing some long bureaucratic chain of stuff because that's just the way it is. Okay, in that case, I will go whenever I get around to it. And let's move on. Let's unlock something new here. The Emerald Graves? Yeah, we can unlock that new thingy for 5 power. Not this one. No. Liberate? Oh, yes, this is openable too. I completely forgot about that. I'll investigate the Elven Ruins here first though. This is opening up a new location in Emerald Graves. A few of our soldiers met with the elves in Dinan Hanin, the Elven Ruins in the Emerald Graves. Their leader Tavin wishes to work with us as a sign of cooperation between the Inquisition and his clan. However, some of his party are wary of our presence and the Inquisition's intentions. Our interest in strengthening our relationship with the Dalish would appear more genuine if you met with them in person. Oh, and you're not gonna take me there directly? Okay. Okay, sure. I'll go right now. I thought you would let me travel there. How do I get to the Emerald Graves from here? Can I? You gotta let me access it here. Don't be like that. Okay, fine. I'll just go fast travel directly. We had a few more things in the Emerald Graves anyway. The whole thing about looking for Fairbanks, looking for signs of his nobility. So we can do that all in one fell swoop. Emerald Graves. There's some smuggler letters here as well. That's right. So let me start off with... What should I start with? So where are the people, first of all? Oh, there's some Fairbanks stuff here. There's some Fairbanks stuff here. This is the thing for Cullen. The smuggler letter. This is the smuggler letter. This is a rumor. How many rumors do we have to collect? Some shards. Shards. Oh! The Knight's Tomb. A group of elves are investigating a tomb somewhere. Oh, okay. Oh, fantastic. Now we have a fast travel spot down there. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is probably... I'll just start by going here and I'll go up. Get some of this stuff. Get some of the rumors and whatnot. I imagine it's not gonna be too eventful and I'll make my way up there slowly. Can I check out this blank area in the meantime? Will there be anything interesting? Well, I'll let you know if I see anything interesting. Let's do like a... elf party today. What? Oh my god, what? Wait, what? What's wrong with Blackwall? He's not pickable at all. What? Okay, that's scary. Well, we need a tank. So I'll have Cassandra... No, I'll have... He's not a tank, but I'll have Iron Bull. I'll have Solus, Iron Bull. 3 elves and a Kunari. It's our band name. I probably should go check on Blackwall sometime though, huh? What's going on there? Hey, we have a new person here. New quest?
Ah, your worship. Just watching out for local wildlife. Little glory, but it has to be done. It's just one bear that's become a problem. A huge one. Bigger than I've ever seen. It's rampaged through camp a few times, ripping apart our supplies. One of our workers broke his leg trying to get away. Next time, we might not be so lucky. It must be upset that we're in its territory. It's it or us, so far as it's concerned.
Just a bizarre bear? Okay, sure, we'll get it. Let me do my points first. How you looking, Sarah? Flask of lightning. There's no space. We got no space for you. Seriously, so that one was... Experience with elixirs made you better equipped to handle potions and other consumables, letting you carry more. Good. Welonz doesn't have a point for the Knight Enchanter stuff yet. Iron Bowl is done. We can do some stuff at the end here. Dragon Rage no longer damages you, although you can't use it as often. That probably... This one is reduced. This one's aggressive, this one's defensive. Maybe we'll go back to the beginning of the tree first. Torrent of Pain. Ring of Pain now moves to follow you. Oh, that would be good. That's a circle, right? Everything inside? Right, because if it moves with Iron Bowl, it means that whoever he's near will always be taking more damage. That'd be good. Solus. How are you doing with the Rift Mage stuff? Twisting Veil. Catch stray magic around weakened enemies. Use them to increase damage of your own attacks. Smothering Veil. Weakened enemies have the damage they inflict reduced even further. Pole of the Abyss. Hold up, let's do this. But then, dude, I got no space. Hey, I was told before that... So, the bar is what I can activate, but the skills that are not in the bar will still activate automatically. But is that not the case? There seems to be some conflicting information, I'm not really sure. Because up until now, I've just assumed that they would do it automatically anyway, but maybe we do have to have it on here. In which case, like, how am I gonna... I can't fit! This is... There's so many skills, how am I supposed to fit any of this? Seriously. Okay, forget about revival, we barely use it. As soon as I take it off, I know we're gonna use it. We're gonna need it. Hey. I can't... Oh, apply it first. Alright. Good, good, good. Should we find that bear? Where is that bear? Okay.
More trees. Woo.
There's a book here. Hunting log. 20 solace. Track the great brute to the middle of the graves. I hate this place. Elven curses on every tree. But it'll be worth it. Camille will have to pay attention. If she sits in that clumsy fool's lap for a cub's pelt, just think all she'll do for me when I bring her back the head of this giant beast. Have courage, focus, believe. Yes, I can envision the furry trophy already in my clutches. But the guy left his bow here, so that's not a good sign. I'm just about to get the bear, just let me get all the shards I said I wasn't gonna collect. Oh, Iron Bull, how'd you get here? What a cheater. I don't know how he got there, but here we go. Is the bear... I mean, I guess it's somewhere around here. It's apparently super gigantic. Is this the same thing that the guy was talking about in the note? Great Bear Cove. Hello! Oh. That's more than one bear. These are cubs. Should we get the cub? We have to get the cubs first. They're white! That's the first time we've seen white bears here. Basically polar bears. Oh, goodness. Oh! Ow! Excuse me. That hurt. Oh! Okay. That's gigantic. I'm sorry, is Iron Bull just stuck here? Should you be doing something? What the hell? Oh my god. Oh, we don't have... Oh! I don't have another... I'm the only barrier person today. That's right, I've got to do the barriers. Yikes, alright, alright, alright. Just chill, okay? Chill, 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 chill. I don't know why Solus has that metal barrier. Must be something he has equipped. Lucky him. Old scarred paw. Oh yeah, look at that thing following Iron Bull now. Great. They're doing fine somehow. Rest in peace. It's kind of messed up. We're the ones invading on their territory and we're the ones who come here and kill them. Oh, it had other bear friends around here before too. That's kind of sad. Great Bear? Can I find it? Is it this one? I'm so scared. Great Bear! The Orlesian Great Bear is so named because it is very large indeed. Other names for it include the colorful Old Man of the Forest and the less charming but more clearly descriptive Woodsman's Death. I am told they are only found in remote parts of the Dales and that not even nobility is willing to hunt for them, which makes them unique among the rare, giant, deadly, exotic fauna of Thedas. The only thing the Orlesians are truly afraid of.
What color is the sky, Sarah?
Hang on.
It is an earnest question. What color is the sky when you look at it?
You know, blue mostly. Except for the breachy bits.
And when you looked past the breach? As perhaps you were drawn to do?
Greenish? Then clear a long ways and kind of felt like falling. Ugh, makes my head hurt. You make my head hurt.
We are not so far apart, you and I.
We will be.
Oh, that was a pretty nasty fall we got here.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
We are looking for proof of nobility for Fairbanks. By the way, earlier when I said that I was the only barrier person, no, Solus has some barrier stuff too. By the way, you like how he looks now? Finally, I'm not sure about it, but I think it was the best armor at the time, so that's what he gets, I guess. An old painting. in a carved wooden frame. Paint that's rubbed off in some places. Carved into the back of the frame. Lord Giroux Lamarck. The portrait shows the Lord as he must have looked over 40 years ago. He bears a striking resemblance to Fairbanks. How old is Fairbanks now? Like an old dude? There's another one close by, so we'll grab this one too. Yeah, so wasn't this the mansion that was mentioned in that one Codex entry before? The vacation home in the Emerald Graves. Now occupied by just some random bandits and stuff. Hey look, see this Matharath statue doesn't have the cheese inside, but it's the same one. So that one really did have a piece of cheese in there, randomly. Right? Or am I crazy? Oh, these are places we've all been to before, I remember this. Why? Why would they do this to me? A midwife's journal. This time-worn diary was found amongst the more valuable items. It is bound in leather and has a solid silver trim, which might be why it was saved. A few entries can still be made out. 18 Herring 9-8. This has been the coldest winter I can remember. Even the river is frozen. No one should be out there, not in this blizzard. So you can imagine my surprise when there was a knock on my gate. A young woman. She's looking for the Fairbanks cottage. Fairbanks cottage. I go out. I say to her, "Nothing fair about this weather. But yes, you are the right place." She throws back her cloak and I see she is heavy. Less than 2 weeks away. She's pregnant. "Please help." She is almost in tears. I bring her into the house and set her by the fire with some tea and slippers. She is young, not more than 20. Her hands are smooth. They have not seen a day of work in her life. Her clothes are travel-stained, but fine. The cloak must be worth at least 50 royals. Beautiful blue, trimmed with fox fur. Her name is Bernice, but she won't say more. Many girls come here not wanting to say who they are. I understand. This midwife helps people give birth on purpose here, like that's her whole thing. Fairbanks Cottage. Nothing fair about this place. And then, like a week later, Bernice has had the baby, a boy, healthy, full head of hair. She named him Everest. She tried to pay me with a heavy gold locket, a falcon on its face. I asked her what it was. It looks valuable. She says it's her father's, and she doesn't care to have it anymore. I tell her she might not, but her son might one day want to know where he's from. 1 Winter March 9-9. A new year. Bernice should be healthy enough to leave, but it is still cold, and I just cannot turn her out. I will ask her to stay and be my assistant. I have needed help for a while. My fingers are not as nimble as they used to be. Clever girl. She will make a fine apprentice. The kid. The son might be Fairbanks here?
Sarah, I had a thought. The next time we run into a line of enemies, I'll pick you up and throw you.
Oh.
Get off.
No, this could work. I loft you over the front ranks. You land behind them to flank. Mayhem ensues.
I can't fly, you daft tit.
Think of the mayhem, Sarah. Mayhem.
I'd get a wedge up something fierce.
Look, you and Varric are the only ones small enough, and he's pretty dense.
We'll do some bloody presses.
Mayhem though, Sarah. Isn't that your favorite? There's people right in the back. Andraste's mercy. Elves were guilty of the greatest sin, of turning from the Maker. But we will show them mercy, for that is what Andraste teaches. Yeah, whatever. Before we get to the third proof of nobility, there is a Samson's letter here. Monthly report, Master Kells. Numbers are fantastic, sir. Traders booming with all this lyrium showing up. Maybe it's red instead of blue, but people are still buying. That mage we picked up can look into what the color means. He needs to start earning his keep. We have more coin on hand too. No need to pay off some greasy dwarf since the red stuff isn't from the deep roads. Must be killing them. Someone struck lyrium up here and they're all getting a piece. Vigilane. Smuggler letters.
It claims this red lyrium's not coming from the deep roads.
Where could it be coming from then? What the heck is this? Oh? Oh no! Oh no!
Demons everywhere, and someone falls to their death.
Investigate the fall? How does one investigate the fall? You want me to go up there, maybe? Oh, wow, we found a thing. How do you... What? We found the woman here, you want me to go here to investigate it? Okay, I'll do this one after I go back and... Yeah, let's get the proof first. New clients. To Master Kells. The new client wants double the red Lyrium ship last time. The contact said it was for someone called Samson. I met him during the last trip. Got a Templar feel off him, although the armor he wears doesn't look Chantry. Still, his coin's good, and he doesn't preach. Toby. You know, we've heard about Samson quite a bit now, but we haven't seen him except for like that one time, right? He's just sort of been...
Another letter on the smugglers referring to Samson.
In the shadows. They're getting more Lyrium. They don't even have enough manpower to gather it all themselves. And they just try to recruit other people to get it for him. And the last proof of nobility is... You guys are right next to it?
Is there something you need?
Yes, thank you.
Their conversations don't even match up.
Good day to you.
Excuse me, are you guys sort of blocking my way, or... Oh, maybe it's not that house, it's... this portion. Orlais, Heraldry and Symbolism. The book offers a comprehensive look of the well-known noble bloodlines of Orlais. Of interest are a few lines in the entry on the house of Lamarck. Amies Lamarck established this ancient house in the time of Emperor Cordillus Draken. Sadly, the bloodline ended with Lord Giraud Lamarck, who disowned his only daughter, Bernice. The shield of Lamarck bears a falcon, volant on a field of sky blue and gold. The house's motto is, "To the sun on blessed wings." Yeah, so Bernice is a noble, and so her son is also a noble, and that's probably Fairbanks, who was named because he was born at Fairbanks Cottage. Because she didn't want people to know he was noble. Does he know? Present proof of Fairbanks' nobility to an interested party. No, that's not it. Right, it's back where we came from here. Clara heard a rumor that Fairbanks is of noble descent. She believes it and wants proof to show the Council of Heralds. If Fairbanks gains powers, she hopes he can do more for the people of the Dales. Can we talk to Fairbanks about this first? They used to be... Look, there's two different things, so there must be two people we can talk about this with. Fairbanks. And Clara.
I hear you've been investigating my birth. You haven't found anything, have you?
You're the child of Lady Bernice Lamarck.
I know who I am. Will you give me what you found, please? Honestly, Clara's intentions are good, but she is young and idealistic. Clara believes that being noble gives you power, freedom. She's wrong. It is just another cage. She told you the story of Lord Giraud Lamarck. The man turned his back on his only child and murdered her one true love for appearances.
Your dad?
I don't want to be entangled in that. I don't want Clara in it. Do you understand?
That's kind of a surprising view because it's not like he reaped the benefits of being a noble then. He knows about his own birth circumstances, but he hasn't benefited from that. And so someone in that position, I feel like normally they'd be like, oh, what, cool, I'm a noble. I'm gonna get rich and power and all that. Let me be a noble, please. But he doesn't have that view. It's his identity, so I think he gets precedence over what he wants to do with it.
All right. Here's everything I found.
Thank you. This is best for everyone.
How have you guys been doing? The Civil War still going on? Well, it should be over now.
What is your opinion of the Civil War?
When I quarrel with my cousin, wine is spilled. Perhaps someone loses a tooth. When Celine feuds with hers, a country is torn apart. It's over now. But it will take years to recover from the damage.
It will. It will for sure.
Tell me about your people.
Simple people. Most have lost family. All have lost their homes. Even with the war over, some are afraid to leave. Where will they go?
Yeah, these are the people that we saw before, but they were living in a cave the other time.
I need to be going.
Good day then.
We get a operation and some power. I'm sorry, Clara. Gertrude? Where's Clara?
The Inquisition will always be welcome here.
Gertrude?
The Inquisition will always be welcome here.
I hope things are going well.
It's been better since we moved to Argon's Lodge.
Hmm.
We're making a difference, especially now that we're helping the Inquisition.
How did you end up in the Viridium mine?
We asked about this.
We desperately needed supplies and tried to steal some from the freemen. The mine didn't seem well guarded, and I used to be in the militia in my home village. I don't know why we weren't killed. I do remember Sister Cousteau talking about sending us to the Emprise de Lyon. Maybe I was mistaken. I can't imagine what they'd do with us there.
It's a pretty good sign that we should be going to Emprise du Lion after this. Follow the trail of where they're taking the people and all. I just want to see where Clara is. Can we still talk to her? Was this Clara? In any case, though, I do feel like he gets to say about what we do with his heritage because it's his. It's not any of our business,
Inquisitor.
even though Clara desperately wants
I need to
to
be going.
have him have power so that he can help the people more.